Hello, welcome to day 5 of Plan for Prosperity. This has been a really dynamic teaching the last 5 days. And whether you've joined us live or whether you've watched the replays, I'm so happy that you've been in my world. And I hope you've gotten a lot of value so far. So we're going to dive right in today to our topic, which is your client journey. So if we are aware of our client journey, then we know where to spend our time and we know how to be effective with our energy, which is everything, highly valuable as a business owner and leader. So before I dive into today's topic, I want to review what we've covered over the last week. So many topics, but for starters, we got clear on what you want. So if you know what you want, your desires are clear and specific, then again, you can focus your energy instead of being pulled in 100 different directions. And then we looked at what resistance am I facing? Where am I procrastinating? And what types of doubts or fears or limiting beliefs might be holding me back that I'm completely unaware of, that are my blind spots that would stop me from making progress and jumping into action. So when we're aware of our blind spots, we can do something about them, right? If we're not aware, then we're stuck. And it's really frustrating because we're not sure what's impacting our habits, what's stopping us. So after that, we started looking at what are the activities that I need to prioritize on a daily basis. These are I call these your prosperous priorities that bring in the most sales, bring in the most opportunities, open the doors to projects and breakthroughs that you've been craving. When you know what to focus your energy on, what to prioritize, and then you have structure, I mean, I feel like singing, right? Everybody needs to know what's most important that I spend my time on, especially when you're juggling being a parent and taking care of your own health, making sure you have time for you and your creative dreams. We need to know in business, when it comes to wealth creation, what are my prosperous priorities? So we covered that. And then today, we're going to be diving into what's the experience, the series of interactions that a customer or a client walks through, and it's the path that they walk through to purchasing. So their experience with you, your business, your brand, and all the touch points where you are going to meet your customer or client as they go through that buying process. And they become aware of you. They begin to understand they have this pain or need and that you're the person who can solve it, right? So it's the process they go through towards the purchase. And there's big benefits to understanding what your client journey is or your customer journey. If you know, then you can be proactive about providing a transformative experience for them before they even buy. So if you know the steps that you need to walk them through and what they need the experience to be like, then you can provide it for them. But if you're unaware, then you don't know what to focus your energy on. So the first step I want to lead you through, I'll share with you today the steps in the client journey, and there's 4 of them. Then I'll share with you a story of one of my clients and how he moved from awareness from a customer's perspective to more and more opportunities for business growth while he made more time for his health and his family. So let's dive in. The first point that your customer is at is you want to be focusing on awareness. So it's awareness. That's where you're focused on providing educational content that solves pain points. So no matter what business you're in, they have a pain point or they are missing out on pleasure where you have an opportunity to solve that pain or to provide an opportunity where they get to experience more pleasure. So the way that you help them become aware that they actually even have a need, a desire, is through articles or courses or social media. So I want you to think about like a really tasty like teriyaki chicken stand or something like that on the side of the road. They're selling kebabs and the most mouth-watering food. And you smell it across the street, but you've never tried it. You've been interested because you keep seeing them. There's a hint there. They're visible, right? They're always there. They're visible, but you've never tried it. So in this awareness stage, that person on the side of the road, they're giving away free samples. So just like we spoke of before, you want to draw them through this process of providing an experience where they can have a taste. So this is called your free offer. Now, maybe it's a walk through the property that this person might live on. Maybe it is a free guide or an information session where you're providing content and you're giving them highly valuable solutions to solve their problem. Maybe you are showing up with videos on social media. Maybe you're providing a checklist that they can use every day so that they're not so stressed out. What you want to do is provide that free experience that solves a problem so that that customer starts to become aware of you and they start to become aware of their need. So the second phase is consideration. Now they're considering, okay, they know they have a need. Okay, got an issue here. I'm much more aware of it. And now I'm considering who I might give my money to, who I'm going to get help from. So your job in this stage is to help them navigate and make a decision. Is it best to go with you or is it best to go with someone else? Because the marketplace is crowded. So in that stage of consideration, you could show case studies of people that you've helped. You could provide proof, right, that you're the one to help them. Maybe comparison guides. And depending on what motivates your customer base, so they'll all have different motivating, like emotional magnets that motivate them towards a sale. And I can teach you more about that. It's really fascinating. They might be motivated by the value. Is it worth my money? Is it worth my time? Or they might be motivated by the experience they'll get with you because when they were in that awareness phase, they became aware that you're a fun person to work with. You are you cross your T's and dot your I's. You're a detail focused person. Whatever experience they're looking for, maybe that's what motivates them towards the sale with you. So in that consideration phase, it's important that you touch their emotional magnets that are like the psychological motivating factors that make them make their decisions. In the third phase is the decision phase. So now they have made the decision, they put the money on the table, it's in your bank account, and your job is to deliver a seamless purchase process. Seems pretty simple, but sometimes people aren't prepared with this. They're not set up and they're not ready. So if you envision someone knocking on your door, but you haven't installed the door handle, then how are you supposed to let them in? How do they get into your house? So we need to be prepared so that we can welcome people into our spaces and we can serve them dinner. We can serve them the experience. We can solve the problem for them. The last phase, number 4, is retention. So in retention, you want to get feedback so that you can refine and up-level their experience, right? So they don't want to leave. They don't start considering working with someone else because you just keep delivering beyond their expectations. But you need their feedback for that. So you might decide, oh, I'm going to hire a customer service manager so that they are the one gathering that feedback, and then I can implement it. You might put out feedback forms. There's lots of different ways that you can get that feedback so that your retention is high. So let's slow down for a minute and come back to some key points that are crucial and so important for all of us on our journey to becoming more prosperous and happier and more peace-filled. We need a few things in place. We need confidence. We need a plan. We need daily structure, right? And priorities. And then we need guidance and support. The most successful people in leadership roles that I've worked with, they have these 4 keys in place. Confidence, because they've worked on their mindset. A plan, they've gotten clear and specific about what they want. And then they've taken the time to forecast and plan out for the future. And then they have guidance and support. They're not trying to do it on their own. And with those things in place, you add structure in there to your days. So you set boundaries to make sure that you're focused in. You're going to catapult yourself into the future and shorten the amount of time that it takes you to make those changes. Sometimes one of the things that has held back some of my clients is just purely the action piece. So let me tell you a story to demonstrate what I'm talking about, the resistance to taking action. So one of my clients, I'll call him Dan, he was at a growth phase in his business when he started to work with me, but he felt internally stuck. He wasn't quite sure what was holding him back. And as we started to have our coaching sessions and we started to brainstorm the issues that were causing resistance to this growth, one of the things that came up is he realized that he was feeling like he didn't know how to break free of the way that his dad, so his dad passed this business on to him, how his dad had run the business and still wanted to have control over some key points in the business strategy and delivery, and how he wanted to run the business. So that was impacting the rates that he charged, what types of clients he said yes or no to working with, how free his time was during the week. And he really didn't like a few things that were going on. Aside from the money was blocked because of this relationship that was going on and competing priorities and expectations. And also his free time was capped because he didn't know how he could free up time in his weekdays to do things that typically got done on the weekends. For example, exercise. Like, how am I supposed to fit it in? I have 2 young children and I want to be available for them in the evenings, but I'm working all day, Monday through Friday. How do I take care of admin stuff, paperwork, providing quotes for customers? And what we started noticing was his key to creating breakthrough, like more free time for fun, health, himself and his family, and back end business stuff, was 1, getting help And 2, facing discomfort. When he realized what he was putting off, the actions he wasn't taking, the conversations he wasn't having because they were too uncomfortable for him at the time, then we could understand what was holding him back and help him take action despite fear. And we do that, we do that when we know that the outcome that we desire is more motivating than the fear that's holding us back. And we start telling ourselves a new story. So if you've been telling yourself that something isn't possible, or it's too scary and bad things will happen when you take that action, you're likely not going to take action. So you need to tell yourself a new story that propels you into action, despite what type of discomfort that might bring up in you. So what happens is, if this is you and this is your fear, initially your fear is up here and it's ruling your decisions. Slowly your fear begins to shrink and you become bigger than your fear. You become the giant slayer. So you're always the one who's master of the fear instead of allowing it to have power over you. So as he started taking action, not only did his income grow, not only did his skills to lead his team strengthen, and his self-control and emotional mastery skills improve, which meant he was more patient, he was happier with how he led, he was more confident. His free time expanded. So then he started working out in the days, he started getting work done in the days that wasn't on site, was back end work. And then he was able to be more present with his kids in the evenings and not wish that he had time for himself when he was with them. His income grew, and also his relationship with his dad improved because he learned communication strategies that we developed together for him to be able to have uncomfortable conversations with his dad and with clients that were problematic that he needed to stop working with. So talk about more peace of mind and peace in his body and more free time. It's just a juicy combo. So now I want to invite you to start thinking for yourself, who wants the help that I want to give that would lead to generating more income or passive income and free time? Who is it that I want to attract? Because remember, the first stage is awareness. So if you're aware of who it is that you want to work with and who it is that has the need you want to solve, man, you're lightning years ahead of a lot of people. So who wants the help that I can give? Remember, at this stage, you do not want to be a generalist. You want to be a specialist. Specialists stand out. And I know I'm not going to be teaching on visibility, but sometimes we don't want to stand out. We don't want to shine because sometimes bad things do happen when we stand out. For example, we get targeted, we get talked about in a negative way, we get judged or criticized. But often it's just in our heads and we rarely experience what we fear. And better things happen for us than we could ever imagine when we allow ourselves to shine, to radiate, to be more visible and accessible to those ideal clients and customers. So that's the first question you can write down and ask yourself. Who wants the help that only I can give in my specific way? Because you are unique, you are valuable, and you are wanted. You're unique, you're valuable, and you're wanted. So 2 is, where do they spend their time? So I'm going to give you some fun examples where my potential clients spent their time before I met them. Some of the places that I would never think of meeting ideal clients. 1, on the dance floor. So yes, you should be going out and living your life and having fun and not getting all too serious about this process. You want to make sure that the way that you're showing up and being visible, there you go. Yeah, this is bonus. I didn't think I was going to be talking at all about visibility, but where you show up and you be visible, you want to make sure that you're enjoying yourself. The marketing process should be fun and enjoyable for you. You're going to get a dopamine hit and you'll keep doing it. So if your marketing can be easy and natural, then why wouldn't you spend your time doing that? So I've met clients on the dance floor at business functions. So it's not just like going dancing anywhere, but going dancing in a place where my clients will be. I've met clients at the beach doing things that I love, swimming, right? I've met clients when I'm giving workshops. So there's the awareness piece. Some of my most prosperous priorities include um, creating content for clients that is free and digestible quickly and helps them solve a pain point. So, like my happiness guide on my website or my overcome overwhelm checklist. Some of those things have brought in clients because they start to get an experience of what it's like to work with me, right? So let me know if this is hitting home. Either if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, leave a comment. Let me know, where is this hitting home? What ideas you're starting to gain access to? So where do they spend their time? Do they spend their time on a plane? I mean, if you love to travel or you love to attend trainings, then maybe your ideal customers and clients do as well. I have met some of the most interesting people in the seat beside me on the plane. So here I'm sharing with you random places where you might meet your ideal clients and customers, but you want to be specific as you answer this question for yourself so that you know where to be, you know where to show up in person and online. So 3, what could you create for them? I wonder what would be fun for you to create to help them solve that problem and give them a great experience and leave a good taste in their mouth. Remember the chicken teriyaki skewers? You know, you're going to give them the appy so that their mouth waters and they want more, right? 7 to 10 touch points. That's what people need to experience on this client journey in order for them to come and finally work with you and give you that income boost, right? So, what is that mouth-watering experience going to look like? What's that small way that you could provide that educational experience for them to want more? And when they're in that awareness phase, remember, you're not selling, you're educating. You're giving them an experience. So if you want them to rent from you, what experience do you want them to have on your property in the home? If you want them to come to your ATM that you purchased for a new income stream, where will you place your ATM so it's the one that you want them, so that's the one that they would naturally choose to go to? And how could you make it a different experience than any other ATM? Just some things to think about. So here's an example of what's a couple of different client journeys that I have. They might find me on social media and be like, oh, Amy is always talking about an issue that I have, and it's actually a bigger pain point than I thought it was. And she shows me how to solve that problem. Interesting. Oh, look, she posted something for free. I can either download this thing on her website, or I can get on a short call with her, or I can attend a free training with her. So that might be the first place they see me is social media. And then they fill out one of my forms and we get on the phone, and then they might purchase one strategy session with me. And from that one strategy session, I give them strategies for business growth, or I give them awareness about why they're not experiencing the health that they want and trying to balance work life and family, how they can do that too. So I solved some of their problems on that first call. And then they look at what are the packages that I can offer them. Do they want private coaching, group coaching? What kind of experience are they craving? And then I show them the options, right? That's one way they can find me is social media, and just a snapshot of some of the steps that they take where I nurture the relationship, because we know generating more income is all about growing and nurturing relationships. So it's really important that you show up as you instead of trying to be someone else. You're going to start becoming naturally attractive instead of feeling like you have to be running after what you want. It's a beautiful way to build business and generate more income and be wealthy in all areas of your life instead of be wealthy only in finances and maybe in poverty in your emotional state, always experiencing low level anxiety or this feeling like you need to be rushing around and too busy than you want to be. Maybe you have poverty in your amount of time, free time. I want you to have wealth in all of those areas of your life. So I'm going to give you one more example of what a client journey might look like in my life. So helping people. Prosperous leaders are always looking for opportunities to help people. A friend of mine once asked me if I could help at a live event, be like the host for the event because she was unexpectedly unavailable and that was what she was going to do. So I said, sure, I'd love to. One, I really love this friend and I would be happy to help her. Two, I love speaking. I'm really comfortable behind a microphone. So it's a strength of mine. So I said I'd love to. I went to help this author at the live event. And at that live event, okay, so one, I helped for free, right? So lead with generosity, lead with service. Always be looking for opportunities to help. Two, at that live event, I had fun. So it was doing something that I loved. Look for opportunities to serve in ways that make you feel enthusiastic about the work that you're doing, whether you're getting paid or not. People are watching. People are watching. So we might as well enjoy our lives because we become naturally more attractive when we do. So at that live event, I met someone who I didn't know before. She was leading a short experiential class during that live event for the author. It was a book launch. I really liked this woman, and I found out that she was hosting a wellness retreat, and she had my attention. We had a short conversation, and I let her know that I would love to be the keynote speaker at that event. Time went on time moved on, and then I was in Vernon speaking at a physician's retreat, and I had another conversation with this woman. We secured that deal, and I went on to prepare for that speaking event at the wellness retreat. One thing led to another. There I am speaking live, giving my keynote at that wellness retreat. And I then have another opportunity to serve and educate and solve problems from the stage, but it's not one-to-one, it's one-to-many. I love this. Look for opportunities where you can serve and be generous to many people at once, and you increase your opportunity for exposure and generating that passive income if you're selling something like that you only have to create once, right? So here I'm speaking to the audience, and then afterwards, on the one more touch point, I think I might be on touch point 5 now. They have an opportunity to sign a form, either win we we auctioned off bring back balance. I called them bring back balance sessions because that wellness retreat had that focus. So name your offer what they want. Think about that. Name your offer what they want. When you are offering something for free, make sure that you have a call to action. If you give away something for free and you do not have a call to action, you are missing a humongous opportunity that leads to more growth, right? So I've learned that lesson the hard way. Always have a call to action. So I had many people sign up to speak with me after the event. I also sold books, so another way to generate more income. And I followed up with them and I kept serving. So keep your mindset in the long-term commitment lane. You know that if you continue to show up, be visible, offer educational content, help people, serve them on a deeper level, start giving them opportunities to put a little money on the table that feels safe, like it's not too much, but it's now they're invested a little bit financially. And they see, wow, for X amount of dollars, $47, $97, $199, I can get this direct experience with you. You helped me just in gigantic ways that are going to be deeply valuable to my future. And now I want more. So how can you provide that experience, right? Hopefully that example of the client journey gave you ideas for what you can do in your unique situation to open up doors for the coolest opportunities that would really jazz you up, light you up, not only generate income, but also open up doors for maybe travel and adventure and connection with people who are really cool. And, don't just think limited, like, well, I can make money, but I can't have fun while I'm making money. Or I can make money, but I can't have free time and money. Or I can make money, but it's got to be hard and it will be, to provide really great value, it's going to tire me out. No, you can have energy and money, health and money, free time and money. You can have deep, quality, connected relationships and money. Think bigger. So I'm going to open up the call for Q&A. And before I do, I'll share the homework for today. The homework for today is really simple. I'm going to send you some questions, 3 or 4 short questions. And I know, Jessalyn, you just joined a little bit yesterday and you've missed some of today, but you can watch all of the replays on YouTube. And I'm hoping you are still getting a major insight or two from what you've heard already. The homework for today is, I would love a testimonial. How has this free experience of what it's like to work with me or learn from me over the last 5 days already delivered so much value for you? What's been most helpful? I'm also curious on that feedback, what you'd like to learn more, what would be valuable, like Plan for Prosperity 2.0 training. So that would be really something that I would be really thankful to receive. So that's the homework for today. All right. So yes, Amanda, clients on the dance floor are very fun people. He was a great, I met him and his wife on the dance floor, and he was just a wonderful man to work with. So questions about your client journey and how to speed up the income generation process and have fun while you're doing it. What's coming up for you? Do you have questions? Do you have feedback? Do you have
I do.
Okay.
How do you bring up your job or your way to help them without it appearing tacky or like you're trying to get them in your net?
Okay, so the easiest way that I've found is asking them if they want it. So then it's them signaling to you that they want it, right? Like if you position, so maybe you can give me an example of what solution or service or product you would want to offer so that I can actually communicate that directly.
Okay, I would say more real estate because the campground is like people just see the ad and come. But real estate, sometimes you just it's nice for it to come up. I find a lot of the time organically, if it comes up, then people might just call you up later and be like, "Hey, we talked earlier, and we might not have even talked about real estate, but hey, we're actually looking for a place, or can you come give us a price on our house or something?" And but yeah, sometimes I don't want to bring it up, or I haven't really thought of a natural way to mention it.
Like you don't want to bring up that you're a realtor and you can help?
Um, yeah, like I feel like I'm sensitive to not wanting people to feel like I'm being a salesperson in my natural environments, right? Even though that is totally intertwined in everything I do, the real estate.
So to me, right away, I'm like, okay, money mindset, friend. There's something that is sticky there that and causing problems and resistance. So I would ask you first before, because if you don't undo that resistance, then no matter what kind of communication strategy I give you, there will be an underlying resistance that you always feel that holds you back from seizing all the opportunities. So I would ask you, just ask yourself and let me know, no matter what answer comes up, what is that resistance showing me? If I don't want to tell them that I can help, what am I assuming? What's the story in my head that goes right through my head right before, and then I just keep my mouth closed?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is that they're going to think, oh, she's not really interested in talking to me. She just wants to get me as a client.
So like you're shallow or something? He does
Um,
not caring?
or like I just am out for um, getting the money rather than just like appreciating them as a person and spending the time with them.
I
Like, I mean, so over the years, I'd had sometimes of course, you've all had so many friends that sell things and it's awesome. But sometimes I've heard from other people and it didn't really bother me too much personally, but I have had other people tell me like, um, I'm that they were like, oh, I was so excited that they got a hold of me. That was so nice. And then right away they jumped into, so here's my thing I want to sell you. And then they're like, it kind of hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give that. I don't, I want to, yeah, that's what I don't want to leave people feeling because I
Mm.
really don't want them to feel like that. I want it to be something where I really am building a relationship with them. And then also the practical side, that is something that I do. And it is, an important part of my life. And it's a networking is also important.
hmm So I think there's an old story about sales that's holding you back. Like selling is there's going to be a word that lands for you, Amanda. It's like selling is demonstrating that I'm uncaring, I don't care, or that I'm selfish. It's selfish of me to talk about my work when the relationship comes first. Or like, is anything coming up for you as I give you those examples? Oh, you're muted.
those all are sort of resonating a little bit. Like, yeah, it's good to kind of talk about it in pinpoint because I haven't really ever done that.
Okay. So which ones resonated the most?
Um, just I would say, feel separating the part about, if I'm trying to sell to them, that doesn't mean I care for them when really it does.
Yeah. Hmm. So selling or offering my service or selling is selfish and uncaring. That's getting close to the root of the resistance, I think. Yeah. So the first step that I would give you there is meditate, mull on, chew on that insight. Because now that you're aware of what you've been believing, once you change that, it's easier to, and very easy for me. I'm happy to help you with this, to start transforming your conversations and for the flow of communication about opportunities and solutions to your dear friends' problems or desires to bring them more pleasure become much more natural and authentic.
Well, that's a good thing for us to talk about when we get together and do our one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I actually just have someone, after we talked about the getting help, I actually hired a cleaner to come. So she's just
Awesome.
arriving. So,
Awesome.
and
Okay,
I've
so
got to
you
get
gotta
my
go.
son to school, but thank you so much.
Okay, take care. We'll talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for everything. Nice to meet you, Mike and everyone. Take care.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Jesselyn, did you have a question? I know that you've joined us and you haven't been on for long, but if I can help in any way with your business or your confidence, your mindset, the process and structure, um, to be able to prioritize, I'm happy to jump in. You're welcome to unmute or share in the chat if you have a question that I can answer for you later. I'll let you do that in the chat if you'd like to. I'm going to end by sharing about my Passion to Profit program. So this is an opportunity for those of you who want to take the training to the next level and you want to get more of an elite type of an experience and support from me. I'm going to be diving into giving you guidance in a group coaching format. So I'm opening up registration next week. If you want to hear all about it, I would be happy to share with you privately on a call. It's for people who know they want to help more people and they're ready to reach more people and make more money, and they want to have more free time and energy and health and happiness while they do it. And they want to know how to more effectively market themselves in an authentic and natural way. Like Amanda was just talking about, it feels selfish and uncaring, so she avoids those sales conversations sometimes. So I want to show you how you can bring in new income streams or passive income streams while you keep your stress super low and you have way more peace of mind, way more happiness, way more of a sense of calmness in your body. Um, if you know that you want to generate more income, have more free time, have better health, this is totally the program for you. We're going to be meeting on a weekly basis as a group, and I'm capping the membership at 10 people. We'll be meeting for a minimum of 6 months, but you can sign up for a year as well. There's payment options or a big bonus if you pay in full. And I'll tell you the challenge that you might be experiencing and what you'll learn and some tangible takeaways, okay? So sometimes it's easy for me too, to get distracted and hard to see a project through completion. And part of that is due to confidence and motivation. How do we stay motivated, right? So I want to teach you how to focus in, set boundaries, create structure, create a plan, slow down so that you're not just living in reactive mode or being acting like a robot. Have time to breathe easy, have time for the fun things that you love to do in your creative hobbies, and still generate more income because you have structure now and a plan, and you have guidance and support from the community and from myself personally. So, I want to share with you how you can put your dream on the front seat, not on the back seat, so that it falls off the bottom of your list. I want to show you how to accomplish more and create small wins that lead to big wins. So you're going to get clarity, confidence, and you'll start taking much more action. We're going to be focusing on these areas. Generating more clients. So what are those client attraction skills and practices that have worked for myself and my clients? I'll teach you those. More authentic marketing. So that means, how do we confidently put ourselves out there? I'll teach you how to do that too. And then packaging offers and creating a rate structure that allows you to prioritize your personal values, creating a business strategy that honors your values and utilizes your strengths. Such a great way of doing business is the way you want to do business. I want to teach you how to do that. Packaging offers and creating a rate structure are so fun to implement because, one, it gives you confidence in your own intellectual property. And two, it helps you free up time so that you're not just like burning the candle at both ends to make it work, to bring in the income, but rather your free time opens up so you can do things that I love to do, like write books or create tools for clients. And I don't know what you want free time for, but I know that a lot of people want more free time to play in the outdoors, have adventures, make time for their love life, you know? The fourth thing that I want to teach you is how to focus in, get organized, and create daily habits. And I call them your prosperous priorities. So that'll be really cool and very helpful. And then confident communication strategies. So I give you scripts. There's a lot of, you get all of the worksheets and you get all of the downloads and scripts and templates so that you don't have to come up with everything on your own. And then, how do we talk about sales in a way that's natural and comfortable? I want to teach you how you can do that. This skill alone would make you so much money if you strengthened your ability. And we know that the more we learn, the more we earn. What you invest in grows. So if you invest your time and money into learning how to confidently communicate and have those sales conversations, even just using one or two of the scripts that I'll give you is going to move you forward so much more quickly. And then money mindset. I can't wait to teach you more about how to transform your thinking about money, how you relate to money, and how you generate money so that it can be easier and a lighter process. Doesn't have to feel heavy, doesn't have to wear you out. It can be lighter and easier. So reach out to me and let me know if you want to talk about saving one of those spaces in the group coaching program to get support and speed up your progress. We know, everyone knows that those who hire a private coach at the gym are able to increase the speed at which they get the results in their physical body, their physical performance. So the same goes with hiring someone to help you in the financial department. When you invest in yourself, you grow so much more quickly and you save time and stress. So I hope to speak with you, and I look forward to telling you all about the program and different payment options to make it easier for you. All right. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And make sure you watch all the replays while they're still available and do the homework. I sent the homework out in every email with the replays every day because you will be put in a draw. Everyone who does their homework is going to get something special, special gift from me. And I'll do that draw probably later on Saturday, tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to plan for your prosperity. Don't just wish or hope or dream for it, plan for it.